Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. There's always that one Evo that becomes meta or the most popular Evo after EA released something new. And with what EA has dropped in the past couple of days in this game, it has created one of the craziest icon Evos. And I'm seeing this card everywhere, but it's not the same card. There's multiple versions of one player that is literally everywhere because there's so many good Evos that are out right now. We're going to talk about that today. Plus, we've got a market that is still very, very mudded. But can some prices start to turn around? Can some of those FUT birthday cards start to rebound? The answer to that's yes, because some of them already are. We've got investments for every budget today, and we got to take a look at some of the news and leaks that might be coming because Mondays have been days we've learned about new promos in the last couple weeks. Let's discuss, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on it, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Let's start with our content from yesterday on a Sunday. It was not the craziest day, that's for sure, but it also had more good Evo content. Let's start here at SBCs, where we have our second showdown, the upcoming game this Thursday between Ukraine and Sweden for World Cup qualifying. 4-star, 4-star to Stankov here. Quick step and the finesse plus cam, right mid, right wing. Little low in the dribbling, but good pace and passing. And then same thing for Lindelof, right? Little low in some areas, but decent defending and physical for his card. Decent play styles for sure. Actually, very good play styles for a center back card. And of course, live. And these are very cheap SBCs, like 40,000 coins, 50,000 coins for Lindelof and to Sankov, both. If you want to get either of those two done, that's the nice part about those right there. I wouldn't say they're the craziest SBCs at all, but if you want to Evo those cards or just get them for the chance of the upgrade, absolutely a good price for that. Also, yesterday's SBC from Answer the Call Hoyland is another pretty cheap one. Interesting set of stats here for this card, right? He's got 4 stats that are 90 or above: physical, dribbling, shooting, and pace with quick step plus and finesse plus. 4-star, 4-star, he is lengthy. Lengthy with the quick step plus and the rapid might be a pretty crazy combo. I won't lie. He's got the low driven base, power shot base. I'm kind of surprised he does not have Enforcer. I think some of Hoyland's other cards have Enforcer or Enforcer plus, but with those pace combination playstyles there with his pace stat and being lengthy, that might be a fun card to use, right? And he's also pretty cheap. That's one thing EA have been hitting pretty well with this promo, is the player SBCs have been very affordable. 85 and 86 rated squad there for him. Remember that these cards are live. Again, a +1 and a third playstyle plus is all that they can get for upgrades. It's going to happen in the future, but maybe it's worth stocking a card like this in your club with some extra fodder just for that upgrade later on, or if you want to use them for a gauntlet or for some sort of other live event squad in the here now. 50,000 coins for that Hoyland, not bad. So at least, like we've said, the player SBCs have been affordable. Now, one SBC that maybe you could call affordable, but still seems like too much, is the 88 plus Encore player pick. This is 270,000 coins to get done. And guys, 89s are now 7,000, below 7,000 coins. I'm kind of shocked to see this. 97% downvoted on this icon pick on Footbin. I think the reason is, though, is it's 7 squads. We can say that it's a decently priced icon pick, but 7 squads, right? That's the thing with fodder being so cheap. It's creating issues with the SBC requirements, as we've been talking about. And, you know, this is not an SBC that I'm going to be doing. I'd rather do some of the cheaper player SBCs. Maybe you try out the Cherokee card. Still, I would like to get the Kingsley Coman SBC done. That's a card you can customize through FUT Birthday Evos. Stick into your club for the long haul. Maybe get involved with some showdowns. Showdowns are always fun to do. Or, of course, maybe you're still chipping away at a SBC for like Chabum Kun, or, of course, the Johan Cruyff. Maybe Cherokee or even Trent Alexander-Arnold interests you. Or maybe you're just like, I'm going to keep doing the guaranteed FUT Birthday upgrade packs. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm doing most of these packs and player picks still because I like the chance, especially the 89 plus packs and picks. I like the chance of getting one of those good FUT Birthday cards that you could then still go put into the FUT Birthday Bakery Evolutions. Now, since we're talking about SBCs, let's look at fodder prices. Guys, every single day, 85s have been a good investment. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night into today on Monday, a very good investment once again. Yesterday, 85s went down to 2.4K during Squad Battle Rewards. They jumped up all the way to 3K at content, and here we are again, and they are investable once again. I'd buy 85s and 86s right now. Tonight, Monday night, might be the last chance to buy these before, during this week, they probably will hit prices of 3K, maybe even 3.5, maybe if we're lucky, 4,000 coins, as they should be rising into the week after we do not have as much tradable supply as Weekend League will be ending. But that is 85 and 86 rated, the best investment for a low budget right now for sure on this game. 87s, 88s, and 89s. They're not even moving that much, to be completely honest. What we really need is a marquee icon player SBC, one that's actually worth doing. The problem is it's going to have to be the right kind of icon, because EA already tried a marquee icon with Mateus, and some people are doing this, but 23 squads is really, really ridiculous. It makes the price look semi-cheap, right? I don't even know how much Mateus is now, but I'm sure he's dropped because fodder has gone down. But it's got to be the right type of icon SBC that's not super expensive, but it's still a really, really good card. And that would maybe make some of the high-rated fodder go up. But at this point, if you've invested in high-rateds, which still seems super crazy low, it is just a waiting game. You're waiting for EA to finally do something to make that fodder go up in price. Now, before we talk about the best content from yesterday, which was the EVOs once again, I want to look to the Carabao Cup upgrade for probably the biggest Showdown SBC that we've had in the past couple of weeks, and that was the Marmoush Timber Showdown. Marmoush in Manchester City getting the win. He's going to get the +2 overall. No playstyles added, no skills or weak foot, just a straight up +2 to his card. I believe the Evo that dropped yesterday, he fits into, or maybe it was the Evo from a couple days ago. Some people are probably going to try to put him into the evolution, complete level 1, but then not claim it. And then with his +2 overall boost, which he should get today on Monday at some point, maybe get a bit of an extra boost on the card through that evolution, especially because that Evo, I think it was the one we're going to talk about in a second, it gives a huge passing boost, and that is what that card needs. So if you want to try any funny business, as we call it, with those cards, you complete the first level, you don't claim it, you wait for the card to upgrade, then you finish the rest of the Evo. But this upgrade should be coming out today. And one thing I wanted to mention after seeing prices move on the market was Semenyo and Reinders do not upgrade for a third playstyle plus because of the Carabao Cup. Once again, this card and Reinders are live still, because even though all their games have been played, there's still the domestic league or main cup that could give a third playstyle plus to the card. But this Carabao Cup is not the main cup, right? It is the FA Cup that will then give upgrades to players. So for Semenyo and for Reinders, who both moved up on the market yesterday, guess we could classify that more of a pump and dump scenario, or just a situation where people were confused, not knowing that this is not the cup that actually upgrades those cards. So only card getting upgraded today most likely is going to be the Marmoush. Now, let's talk about that evolution. Another paid Evo. And guys, there has to be something said about Evos right now being very good, but also taking a lot of coins. That's why I'm trying to really talk about the market, shout out some investments and ways we can trade, because man, do we need coins. The Maestro Copa dropped yesterday, and it is another 80,000 coin paid Evo, but it's still a pretty good Evo. Guys, one of my favorite things about this Evo is the fact that it gives another position, striker position. You got some big stat boosts in here and some solid stat caps. We're talking about passing going up to 90, dribbling going up above 90, pace hitting 90 as well. It gives low driven shot plus, and it also gives, I believe, tech plus. Those are the two playstyle pluses, right? Yeah, tech plus and low driven shot plus. Also gives power shot and rapid. And I should note, you see that there, playstyles up to 9. That is a unique thing that not many Evos have been doing, taking us to 9 base playstyles on a card. This Evo for me looks like it's asking to be put on Ronaldinho. Now, I might do some other sort of chains or situations with his card before I do this, because he's still an 88 rated and I really haven't Evo'd him. But the thing that I love about this Ronaldinho boost is going to be the striker position does get added. Like, I might try to put 5-star weak foot on him before he goes into this Evo, but I definitely want that passing boost, and I definitely want the striker position on this card for future evolutions. That would make him a whole lot more customizable. And that just looks like a super fun upgrade to the Ronaldinho, who wouldn't change his card type as well. So that's just one option from this Evo here. There's a lot of really great options. I was looking through even this Brendan Aronson from the Fantasy FPL Premier League promo that we had. Like, that's a pretty sick looking card right there. I'd maybe want to change up the playstyles a bit, make him a FUT birthday, and then put him into this Evo. Still cannot believe that we can build our own FUT birthday. But if you look at some of the best players this Evo is creating, you see Estevao in this chains. You see some base cards like Suarez in there. This is the Marmouche that I was talking about. If you put the Marmouche before he gets upgraded into this Evo, complete level 1, and then wait, I don't know when the passing upgrade actually happens. Is it not at level 1? Shooting, dribbling at level 1, composure, rapid, and power shot. So hopefully what you would see if you do this Evo and just complete level 1, then let the card upgrade, would be a stat on passing going up to 90 through the Evo, and then maybe your pace goes up to 95 and your dribbling can go up to like 93. Well, yeah, we'll just have to see, but that's a really good option for this new Evo that dropped yesterday. And of course, there's the card that I want to talk about, guys. This man, Cruyff, he is literally everywhere. And this is why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today, because I played 6 games of the Triple Threat League yesterday. You guys know that's the daily refreshing league. I'm working through that one, getting Evos done. We just put out a little video yesterday on how this is the best place to get your Evos done, because all you got to do is score an assist to work on this objective, and then score 2 own goals, or let your opponent also score an assist, and then score 2 own goals so that you can get the game over like that. Your Evos count, it does not hurt you at all for kind of like getting that game done quick, because it's a first 2 mode, and it's the best place to farm Evos. I digress. Playing that mode for 6 games yesterday, I saw Cruyff, different versions of Cruyff, 3 times in those 6 games. And some of these Evos just came out. His SBC just dropped on Friday, and by Sunday yesterday, I was already seeing people with fully evolved versions of Johan Cruyff. The thing is with this card right now, we knew he was going to be such a great card for Evos. We knew this SBC was going to be a must complete, and then combined with the build your own birthday, combined with the good Evos that we have had out from FUT birthday, and the ones we've had in the last couple of days at the start of this Answer the Call promo, it is just creating an evolution gem. It's honestly reminding me of last year's SBC Cruyff after he was able to be Evo'd. Like, he fits into Party Exit, Birthday Brunch from training camp, and then O Maestro de Copa from yesterday. He also fits into the Cake and Rash. This might be the best version of Cruyff that you can build. Somebody put Finesse Plus on him here first, then Party Exit for the dribbling boost, then Goal Machine for a slight shooting upgrade, Party Exit again, Euro Mini Trip, the free Evo, and then from the store pack, the 300k store pack that gives the 2 Evos, you get Cake and Rash, and that takes him to 93 pace, 90 shooting, 92 pass, 92 dribble. That is a disgusting card because it's Johan Cruyff. He's 5-star, 5-star with those stats. That's a card for, well, you're going to have to pay 300,000 coins for that, and then do the SBC as well, because 300,000 coins for the store pack to get Cake and Rash. I mean, that's a card that would be 300,000 coins on the market for sure. So that's a very worth it one there. But that's what I wanted to show you here, guys. There are so many options. You could even build your own Cruyff with the FUT birthday, build your own FUT birthday Evo, then put whatever additional playstyles you would want on him, and then put him into other evolutions to get the stat boost up, like doing birthday brunch, or doing the Cake and Rash Evo, or doing O Maestro de Copa. Whatever Evos you have available, the options are endless with this card. Now, I will say, as you're looking around FUTBin and trying to find some Evos, make sure that they're not expired. Like, there are some here in chains that will pop up, like 93 pass and dribble, and this Cruyff looks crazy, but half of these Evos are expired. Now, this brings up a whole other conversation. Man, Nate, it's so ratty when everybody does the same evolution. And to a degree, it does get a little annoying sometimes when the same card is just Evo'd by everybody. Remember last year, the Thierry Henry Evo glitch? They got him like 99 dribbling and 3 or 4 playstyle pluses. That was later on in the year, but that card was everywhere, right? Honestly, when it's super crazy content for super crazy cards like that, it's always going to happen because there are icons like that Cruyff. There are icons like an Henry or a Vieira that we just don't usually get to use. And when we have the opportunity to do so, example, case in point here with Ronaldinho, this Ronaldinho SBC was so popular because when do you get to use him? They made him more affordable, they made him cheaper, and now we're at the point where those cards can be Evo'd. So at the time, or at the same time as it's kind of annoying to see the same card and people will say, oh, be original, like, you can't fault them for wanting to Evo one of the best icons in the game, a card who is so very hard to obtain any way else. And yeah, it's just crazy to see that many Cruyffs. I'm prepared to see Cruyff a lot as I'm playing games again this week. I will probably not be evoing him in any of these evos right away myself. I'm kind of working on some other different chains at the moment. I'm going to still make the craziest Christian Eriksen that I possibly can, bro. I'm making this card, man. I'm so excited to make it and put it into my team. Still got to, get ready to fork over the 560,000 coins that it's going to cost to make that card. But I'm choosing a more passion Evo on this one so that I can make a Cruyff Evo later. Kind of levels itself out, right? Anyways, I want to know in the comments, are you guys seeing Cruyff as much as I am, or are you seeing Vieiras and Henrys from the Evos that have come out recently, or are you seeing a lot of original Evos as well? Because there's plenty of more original Evos. You look in here, I've seen like some players that I've never even heard of before in my life are on the Footbin popular Evo page, as people are creating some pretty sick cards with all the Evos that we do have right now. Now, part of the reason the market's been mudded, of course, as we've talked about this, is evolutions. Not only are they replacing players in our teams, but they're also just taking coins from the market, right? When you go pay 500K or 80K from an Evo, that's going to reduce the number of coins that are on the market as a whole, and it's going to reduce buying power, and that makes card prices go lower. That's why, including the store packs, those are the two versions, right? Two reasons, rather, why the market is dropping. The market yesterday was kind of in the same boat. Now, you see me make some purchases here, and I'll get into that in a second, but most of the answer the call cards have dropped significantly. Remember when I was bidding on Joao Neves for like 700K a couple of nights ago? Yeah, 400,000 coins now. I just picked up a couple of Adiemi for 260 to 270. He yesterday was like 370, right? Went up to almost 400 and is now 290,000 coins at the moment. I think these cards are at their almost low point between early today on Monday and late tonight Monday, maybe into Tuesday. These cards should be at their lowest point, unless we have some crazy leaks, which we'll maybe touch on here in a second. If you wanted to buy any of these to try out for your team, I think it would be an okay time to do so. Do I think these cards are going to be worth holding out of packs? Probably not. This is not something that I would want to hold on to, even though they are live cards. It's different. They don't feel like they're live cards. Like, yeah, sure, they give a little bit of nation chemistry boost, and they have the cool national team dynamic images. Like, that is sick stuff, right? Absolutely love that. But I just don't know if they have enough hype to be live investments. We'll just have to see what the hype is going forward after this, and we'll have to watch out for these cards because of that. But it's not something I want to invest in long term. It's just something I'd maybe say, if you're looking to pick up a Javi Simons to try out for your team today for Foot Champs, or maybe even Gravenberch or the new N'Golo Kante, should be a bit of a safer day to do that after their prices have fallen so much all through the weekend. Now, you see me buying a couple of Foot birthdays here, and I don't know if you guys have seen, but Foot birthday prices on the low tier have started to go up, and I'm going to cautiously say that Foot birthdays could potentially be buyable again. It all hinges around the store packs, player picks rather, that are supplying these cards, and that one player pick at level 13 in the premium pass that requires these as well. But if you take a look at somebody like Aubameyang is 69,000 coins. Look at his graph over the past couple days. He dropped from 94K on Friday all the way to 45K, and a huge crash, right? All the panic. And then yesterday, Saturday and on Sunday, he was about 49 to 50,000 coins. And right now, his price is going up a lot. And that's actually a pretty common theme that I'm seeing here amongst the cheaper, more affordable Foot birthday cards, like less than 150,000 coins. You're starting to see this. Yesterday, after content, these cards were not packed anymore, and the store pick did not refresh, bring in any more tradable supply. So these cards started to go up. You can tell people were still okay to spend lower amounts of coins on the cheaper Foot birthday cards to go back and Evo them. 95K on Pfeiffer. She's up to 115 right now. Could these prices come back down a little bit today? They could, because there still is a little bit of supply coming in here or there, and these cards are not the main source of hype for Evos right now for sure, but there's still cards that people are wanting to Evo. So what I would say is focus on the low tier of these cards here. You might be able to make some investments. You might be able to buy some cards. I think they could come back down again today, but get on bids, guys. Like, I got a couple of good bids here, one on a Marino, one on a Modric, one on a Balde, and it's cards that, I'm not expecting them to go to the absolute moon. Wow, that was a really good bid on Marino. But like, these cards could go up just a little bit over time if they're not going to get supplied anymore. That's the key. And it is a bit of a gamble, but they could start to just slowly rise back up in price, not get to where they were. Like we said a couple days ago, don't think these cards are going to get to where they were pre-huge panic and everything that happened this last weekend. But maybe FUT birthday cards do have a little bit of life left in them, because it does appear that people are still evolving them. Like those lower budget cards kind of prove that. People are still buying these cards here or there and then putting them into EVO. So a bit more of a risky investment. I like the cheaper cards better than the more expensive ones, but that is something to watch today on this game to see if these cards start to continue to rise up or if they come back down and maybe create another opportunity to buy. We'll just have to see how much they start to go up. So I'm a little skeptical there. I'm cautious, but I am making a couple of buys here or there. Not a whole lot of coins. Now, the rest of the market, of course, I have some thoughts, and maybe we'll start to see the market move back up positively after the 500,000 coin Evo goes away, basically after you can't submit new players into it. So for people like me who haven't spent the 500,000 coins, kind of waiting to do that till we figure out the perfect chain, once that Evo goes away, I do wonder if some midfielders are going to start to rise back up on the market. So for that Iniesta there, he went all the way down to 550K yesterday. That's the lowest that I've seen him. How much was this Javi? Back up a little bit, right? You take a look at his graph. He was down at 896 yesterday, this is probably just a rarity spike into the early morning hours today. But for the midfielders that have just gotten absolutely destroyed, even on the lower budgets too, just start to keep an eye on some of these, because there may be, look, even Rodri's already started to rebound. 170K Friday night, and now he's back up to 200,000 coins. There may be a bit of a resurgence on the midfielders that just crashed so much from Friday with that Evo once that Evo goes away. And hopefully the market itself does move back up a little bit, but there's still maybe some reasons why it would go down, and that would be pertaining to leaks. But let's actually go ahead and look at today's content on Monday, which will kind of include the leak conversation inside of. Mondays are usually not super crazy days of content. I will say the beloved 80+ player pick does expire today. All I hope is that EA refresh this. Do not go back to an 81+ player pick, please. I finished the crafting upgrade, got all 100 of those done. We're going to open those packs, by the way, on the stream today, because I'm trying to open my packs before the content drop. I'll even open these 3 player picks right here, because I'm trying to pack the, Kelly. Okay, well, that's a dupe. But I am trying to pack the Harry Kane Man of the Match Star Performer card. I know he's only going to be in packs until content today. So we're going to, wow, we are hitting the luck right now. More? Okay. Wow. I'm getting the promo cards at the very least. I'm going to try to pack Harry Kane today. So I'm going to open all my player picks ahead of time before he goes out today, just to see if we get a chance of packing him. But I digress. Back to the content that we're expecting today on Monday. Kind of lost my train of thought packing those fodder promo cards. We have got a player SBC of one of these 4 on the bottom row coming today. Somerville, Wilson, Trincao, and Bemba. We haven't had any of them yet. Player SBCs that are still leaked don't look that crazy. And EA said we're going to get 9 total evolutions during this promo, which, with all the ones that we've had so far, I do believe that means we're going to have at least a day or 2 this week where we don't get any new Evo content. But I will say there are a lot of reward Evos that are set to expire this week. Some of them are from the previous season pass, like Precision Passer, Dribble Mastery, Wall in the Back. If you still have some of those left and some of the cosmetics left, make sure you check your club for those. But again, back to today's content on Monday. New player SBC, maybe an Evo, new player picks, and then other than that, I mean, Gauntlet's ending, so it's not like we have a new Gauntlet that's starting. Unfortunately, if you have some games left in that, maybe you go ahead and get those done today before content. That'd be a very smart thing to do there. And lastly, other than that, since Mondays have been kind of quiet in the past few weeks, I think it might be a leak day, guys. And also because, well, Mondays have been leak days recently in the past couple of weeks too. And this tweet from Foot Sheriff yesterday almost makes me think that the leakers are going to start talking today, because he tweeted the Road to the Final VVD card here from a few years back. He says, heart eyes emoji soon. So a couple of tweets now Foot Sheriff has put out kind of teasing something related to the Road to the Final promo, even though we had leaks of Trophy Titans being in the code and maybe one of the new promos, or not a new, but a returning promo that we were going to see soon. It looks like Road to the Final may be first. So Road to the Final Trophy Titans, something's going to be next, and we might be figuring out which of those two is next today on Monday, because that's usually when the leakers start tweeting out stuff right there. So we'll see if we get that sort of news today. Other than that, it's going to be a good day to catch up on the gameplay. Your boy's behind per usual after not playing as much on the weekend, which is always something that I struggled to do. But, you know, it is what it is. Enjoying some IRL time. Weather got nice this weekend. It was good to be outside. But I got to catch up on some gameplay today. Got to play champs, see if we're going to get involved there. Got to keep working on the triple threat league. And part of the gameplay we got to do is keep cooking on our evolutions like that Christian Eriksen. I got to unlock the Finesse Plus Evo from Milestones to put on his card, to then pay 500K for the boy to start making his card look cracked. But that's my problem, not yours. I will see you guys in the stream today. We'll be opening some more player picks, opening some packs, and chasing that Harry Kane. We'll be incredibly lucky to pack him. And if we don't pack him, I've already bought him, as you could see there on my transfer targets. I've already picked one up, but we're going to use that card today regardless and have some fun with him and try him out in some Foot Champs gameplay. 95 shooting with that Power Shot Plus. That's just a card that I can't not try. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good Monday. I will see you guys in the stream today. Links are down below in the description if you want to check us out on the stream, or just come back here on YouTube, same time, same place. You guys know the drill. Maybe EA will have some sort of surprise for us today too. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but like maybe something. Maybe a cheeky little something, man. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video as always. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the stream today. It's been Nate. For the count of a great Monday. Peace out.